Greetings, people of the internet. This is Scott with Circworks, and this is Beyond 100 Days of Making Comics, where I pick up where I left off in my 100 Days of Making Comics journey. If you're not familiar with what that is, that's where you spend at least 30 minutes a day, every day, working on your own personal comic book project, and then you do a vlog about it, or you blog about it, or somehow you go to people's doors and let people know. Somehow you let people know in order to kind of hold you accountable to get them done and let other people know you're doing it. So I completed my 100 days a while ago. I started it. It's been a little over a year since I started it, and then of course 100 days later completed it. So yeah, and in some ways it seems like it's been longer than that, and then some ways it seems like, oh man, I've been working on this comic book for a year, but I am getting closer. I am 2 issues away, inking and penciling and inking from having the comic book done, and of course, coloring and lettering and all that kind of stuff. Not coloring, but shading. It's black and white shaded. Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. So the comic book that I mentioned, it's called Young and the Dead. These are the first 2 issues. It's a kids versus zombie story. It's like Goonies meets Night of the Living Dead. It's my homage to all the movies that I loved as a kid. Not all of the movies, I liked all kinds of different movies, but one genre in particular that I liked are kind of the kid adventure genre, like E.T. and Goonies and Monster Squad and Stand By Me and all those kind of movies. So I decided to do kind of my version, and so instead of kids fighting like classic Universal style monsters or whatever, like in Monster Squad, I decided to do zombies. So even if you're not a zombie fan, you might be into these. I'm not the biggest zombie fan. I do like Walking Dead and like some other stuff like that, but it's kind of more about the characters and everything. So yeah, that's the comic book, and I am definitely making some progress on that. Like I said, we're getting closer and closer. But what else has been going on? Well, last weekend we had, if you live in the United States, we had the 4th of July, so we had, took a little time off for the family and spent time celebrating the 4th and watching the fireworks and cooking and doing all that kind of stuff. So this past Monday, kind of get back into the swing of things, and I decided I was going to try to get a kind of head start on some stuff. So I've already got the sketch done for Fan Art Friday that's coming up. I got to do like a voiceover and everything for that. I've got it all kind of queued up in the video editing software, so it's pretty much ready to go. I've added little tags and things on the back. I'm trying to spend more time with the production quality of these videos and just making them look a little more professional. But it takes a little time, so I'm working on trying to get a head start on that. And then I also posted a video. Well, actually, I haven't posted it yet as I'm recording this, but when you see this, it will already be posted, of this drawing, and I'll give you a little preview. Well, it's not really a preview if it's already up, but this little guy here, I call him Octopi. I don't know if that name is taken by some other character, but this is yeah. So if you want to see me drawing this guy, there is a video on my channel, and I don't know, I think it turned out pretty good. It's more sometimes when I do these videos, I'm just drawing and I'm talking about whatever. This one I talk a little more about process, maybe not so much. It's not necessarily a step by step. I would like to start doing more of those type of videos, so you can hopefully look for that in the future. But just talking about some of the tools and things I use, and it's a little different because I'm working on like a tone paper, not really a lot of ink work like you're used to seeing from me. So that was fun, but that was a little character that I originally sketched out and designed for a game that probably is never going to happen. So I figured, well, why not do something with it? And I might do more if you guys enjoy that. And well, this one here is a preview, so I'm going to flash it real quick. Of course, you can always pause the screen if you're really interested, but come Friday, this guy will be up, number 5 from or Johnny 5. I don't know if he was called Johnny 5 until the second movie. I'm trying to remember, but anyway, number 5 is alive. So if you like Short Circuit, another classic 80s movie, You can see why I was interested in drawing that. That will be up. So yeah, just trying to focus some more on the channel, and meanwhile working on some other projects. I'm doing some revisions to a comic book project. I started a while back. I actually completed it, and they decided that they wanted to, after it was complete, they decided they wanted to make some changes. So it's kind of back to the drawing board and everything on that. So doing those changes, and then some other stuff, hopefully some other games and things coming up. But let's get on to what everyone's probably waiting for. What progress have I made on the comic book, on Young and the Dead? You'll probably remember this page I'm going to show you. This was the finished page from last time, but I decided to go back and add some background elements. And you'll see this character here. If you remember, all this stuff here wasn't there. That was just blank. Because there's going to be a lot of dialogue here, a lot of like speech balloons and things like that. That's going to cover a lot of these. It's basically this lab guy, this doctor, and there's some animal cages and things like that behind him. A lot of that's going to be obscured by the text, and at first that's why I didn't really illustrate it, but I think some of it's still going to show through, and I really, somewhere in here you're going to be able to see some of that. So I want that to kind of poke through, just to establish a little more where this guy is in the setting and everything. So yeah, I went back and added some stuff to that, and that was page 19, and now I'm going to show you page 20, and yeah, it's a 22-page comic, so only 2 more pages to pencil and ink. So this is page 20, again with this same lab assistant, or not actually assistant, he's kind of the main guy. And I got to remember to hold these things. Hopefully when I was showing those other ones, I was holding them off over here, because I keep forgetting that this video of me drawing, and by the way, yes, this is me drawing, this right here is going up over here. So here we go. There's getting some action and stuff here. Again, if you wanted to pause that, you could, but I'll leave some of that for I don't want to spoil it too much, because it's getting towards the end of the book here. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, because I always like to show what pages and everything I'm working on. And once the pages are done, once I get these last 2 pages done, maybe I'll do maybe sort of a screen capture or something, because the rest of it's all done on the computer. It's not traditional. I do all the shading and everything on the computer and the lettering on the computer. Yeah, I don't really have a good screen sharing software, and I've asked this before, and then I never really followed up on it because I wasn't using it. So if you guys have a recommendation for something, if there's something out there that's good and preferably really cheap or free, that I can use just to share my screen, hopefully that doesn't have a lot of advertisements on it or something like that, because I was using something before that had all that. But anyway, if you guys have any recommendations for a good screen sharing program, let me know in the comments section. But yeah, so again, making progress, but this one's going to be a little shorter. I think that's all I got to talk about today. And yeah, but I am super excited that we're getting close to having this thing. We're getting close to having it done. And so once I wrap up this book, that'll probably be the end of the Beyond 100 Days of Making Comics updates. And then I'm going to switch it back to just a general blog, not blog, vlog. I guess video vlog, but there's no B in it, so it's video og. I don't know. But yeah, so once it's done, we'll do something different to kind of replace these. And some people will start the 100 days again. I don't know that I'm going to do that, because I know if I did that, I wouldn't be able to do some of these other drawing videos at the same time, because doing a video every day plus other videos thrown in, that's way too much for me. I don't know too many people that post more than 5 videos a week on YouTube channels. I mean, unless they're getting paid to do it, which I'm not. So, but yeah, so I don't know if I'll do that again, but I am planning on going into working on issue 4, kind of right after that, and I'll keep you updated on some of that too. But the beginning's always slow, because it's just me figuring out story and things like that. No, it always takes longer. Seems like it takes longer than drawing. I don't know. Maybe not per hours as far as longer, but just like, you kind of have to wait for things to come to you and click and things like that. So Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know, but I am starting to ramble on, so I'm gonna see you guys. I guess there'll be a Fan Art Friday video. You can check that out on Friday, and then hopefully I'll have at least one more page done in a couple weeks. The whole thing will be penciled and inked, and then we'll be moving on to colors and lettering and all that. So getting exciting. Yeah, that's it for today. That is all.